Those are funny looking dogs. What are they doing? That's not how you use a door, you silly spider. What are you playing at? Well, everyone, welcome back. How are you all doing today? I hope you've had a lovely last few weeks. I've been alive and well. Thank you all very much for asking. Suddenly the house feels really echoey. I don't know what it is. Oh, I know what it is. We cleaned. I mean, we clean a lot. You know, we're a pretty clean household, being Chris. But we had the contractors over today because they said they were going to fix the hole in the wall that I mentioned last Minecraft episode. And it turns out that they will in a month after it's already been cold and I've leaked loads of heat out of the house. So that's really cool. Other than that, I've been all right, I suppose. It's just weird. I'm not normally this aware of my own voice, but it's echoing back at me across this room. Kind of scary. Speaking of kind of scary, it's that holiday's coming up soon. Christmas. That's right. It's like this weekend or something. So I thought I'd pop out a quick Minecraft video because I'll be gone for about a week or so. I'll be in a different country. I'll be in the UK. So you'll have no Woolen content for a bit. So this is that for you. Anywho, let's get on with the episode for today. If I remember just about right, it's always a couple weeks. I don't know how that is. It's been a couple of weeks, but I believe we were constructing this beautiful little forest path last time, with our little meadow through here for relaxation. And I'd say that's probably quite a good place to start for today. We've got all these saplings we needed growing. I wanted to make like a little fence. You know what? Let's actually extend over here. I wanted to sort of fence off the area so mobs wouldn't last. So let's get started on that, honestly. Try not to die. We don't have any pig on us, but that's all right. I suppose we probably won't die. But let's just try and shadow off these areas from scary mobs. This stuff will grow eventually in some weird way, shape or form, I'm sure. Like, there's a lot of different types of trees, and if I remember my Minecraft lore, every number of farming ticks in the game, it decides to grow a tree or not. And if it decides to, it picks a pattern. And if that pattern doesn't fit, then it doesn't grow the tree, or something like that. So you just have to wait long enough where the tree thinks it'll grow, and it picks a shape that fits in the space. I think that's how it works, roughly, give or take. We got something scary down there, so we're not going to think about it too hard. But anyway, yeah. Some other minor news. I recently, as in I think last weekend, started getting into Warhammer again, which is really exciting. I don't know how many of you have known me that long, but when I was very small, much smaller than I am now, for reference, I'm not that tall, so very funny, etc. But I used to paint the Lord of the Rings Warhammer when I was a small child. I'd save up for a year or two, Christmas birthday money, and we'd go to Games Workshop in the UK as the shop, and you'd buy one box of plastic to paint, and that was it, because it's really expensive. Not even kidding, it's still quite expensive, but a lot cheaper than I thought it would be. If you don't know what Warhammer is, it's a franchise. Bloody hell, look at that mushroom go. It's a whole franchise. It's quite old. It's been around since, I want to say, at least the 90s, or I think it's earlier than the 2000s, but it's about that old, give or take. Predates stuff like World of Warcraft, but it comes after stuff like Dungeons and Dragons. It's sort of it's a board game. It's a tabletop board game. You have little miniatures that you paint, and you can play them in a sort of strategy game. For a lot of people, me included, the strategy game is sort of secondary. What people are really into, the real meat and bones of it, the real cheese on toast, the real sourdough pizza of it, is that painting the miniatures bit. There's something very cathartic about this really long, multi-day, multi-week process of slowly turning these little, half an inch, maybe an inch sized figurines from grey plastic to applying a black, base coat, maybe use spray paint. And then, next maybe you'll do a little base layer of some colour. So I'm doing some ultramarines right now, or whatever they're called, blue. Let's fill this up with water. That'd be cool. Let's go grab 2 buckets. Actually, let's make 2 buckets. We've got the iron. Let's make 2 buckets and turn this into a little stream. I think that'll be a fun little start. Paint it a little blue using a thick brush, relatively. They're tiny little brushes, but, for the size of the brushes, it's the bigger ones. And then you start building up the layers, and you avoid the edges and the vectors and the lines, and you try and make something that sort of represents a little person. it's really nice, and it's really relaxing. Like, I don't know how better to describe it than that. If it's something you've never done, I don't know if it makes sense. Like, it might sound like I'm talking out of my bottom right now, and it sounds like a really weird thing, but I promise you, it's really exciting. Just, you get to make something with your own hands, sort of. And you get to see it develop over time, and you get to see your own skills develop over time as well. Which I think that's like big part of the pull. Like, the more and more you paint, the better and better you get at painting, and you go back and look at your earlier models, and you're like, whoa, how did I do it so poorly before? I know exactly how to improve this time. And over time, you just become like a super master, and it's really satisfying. And you can start like being really creative. Like Cake, our friend from Denmark, he does these like cool things where, like, for the bases, he like gets cork from like a wine bowl or a beer bowl and like hex it up with like a knife or something, and then he like paints that, and it looks like a wood or stone. And it's really cool, like a really cool effect. I love that stuff. Like, if you ever, you know what, I don't know why, like these videos end up me talking about semi-niche hobbies and, you know, whatnot. Like, last time we were talking about bloody Dwarf Fortress, which is now on Steam. People are insane. You can make like water out of like plastic and like glue, and you wait for it to harden, and it goes kind of transparent, and you can apply like a dye to it, and it makes like a sort of little watery resin. It's sick. I kind of want this river to be a little taller, actually. I don't know how best to do that, though. It would seem a little artificial if I just raised it a level, wouldn't it? You can't really see through it either. I mean, this is sort of fine. I think I need to define my boundaries here. I just wanted like a relaxing little place to come and sit. And this is feeling kind of cozy right now. If I pop down a little jack-o'-lantern, chuck that in the wall here. That's where he goes. I just want somewhere where I can come and just sit and relax and do a little fishing, maybe. This feels a little small for a fishing hole. I wonder. Do you think I could maybe fence off this section and then convert this into like a little river, maybe? There's somewhere where we could have water coming out of, like there. We can have it coming down here. Ooh, maybe. I'm trying to think here for a moment. Realistically, actually, that's kind of cool. So we could have it so there's water coming out of here into here. So it would look like that water has eroded here, and it's now filling up this little cavern. But then also maybe we can have part of it split off to the side and feed into this other little lake that I could make. Maybe at this level, sort of like this. That sounds kind of sick, actually. Hang on, that's kind of fun. I like this, like terraforming. What did I call it? Geolocating? I love terraforming in Minecraft. It's really satisfying, like watching the world change as you like. Ow, God, I forgot that short water hurts you. But yeah, back to the beginning topic. I recently picked it up. I've been thinking about it for a long time, like doing Warhammer again. Like, as I said, it's been a long time. I say like 15 years. It's probably been like up to 15 years since I've last had it and painted it. That's a long time. I'm like not... I don't think anyone could agree that that's a short amount of time. That's long enough that, like, I've forgotten exactly what to do and everything. I just remember the joy of it. And bloody hell, it's still there. It's exactly the same as it's always been, because it's just, you're painting miniatures. But there's just something extremely joyous about going into that shop. There's always some, like, really nice clerk in these sorts of hobby shops. I don't know how many of you go to specialist shops, but they make me feel like old markets, where you'll talk to the shopkeeper and they'll be, like, really knowledgeable about their exact topic. And they'll always sit and talk to you. Like, we went in there and chatted to the guy for, like, over an hour. It's just a lovely guy talking about Warhammer and stuff, and it's just really fun. And there must be other hobbies where you do this sort of thing. Like, it used to be if you went to, like, the game shops, like Game Station or whatever. What do Americans have? Micro Center? No. You have shops where you buy games, right? GameStop, maybe? Oh, Minecraft music's playing. Let's bump that. Bonk. You'd go in there and you chat with the clerks, I think. I don't think that's too uncommon. Oh, actually, do you think we can have this? I wonder if we section off this here using some dirt, and then we transform this into a little lake extension as well. That could work. I'm rather enjoying this whole process right now. Just slowly extending my area to make it more and more lakey. It's fun. But yeah, you know, you went in, we had a chat with the guy, trying to work out which Warhammer I wanted to paint, because there's types, right? There's 40,000 or 40k, which is sort of futuristic, quite dire, you know, like basically like mech suits, and everyone's got robot parts sticking out of here and there. There's the fantasy one, which I think is currently called Age of Sigmar, which is a bit more traditional D&D sort of stuff. You know, there's Skaven, like rats and trolls and ogres and that sort of thing. A lot more like magic sort of focused, whereas 40k is a lot more like guns and glory sort of stuff. And then, funnily enough, there still exists the Lord of the Rings Warhammer. It's still there. No one plays it, and I think there's only been like one kit they've made since I was a kid. Like it's super. Oh, this is pretty. It's super dead. Sadly, I don't know, but it's kind of weird, right? These other. Oh, hello. My pizza's here a little early. I wonder if I should have a back way to get into the house. Did I mention that before? Like a way to go. Maybe I could pop out from under the waterfall to get up there. This can be a secret way to avoid creepers. Currently I have no food. I should probably fix that. But yeah, the Lord of the Rings stuff, it's not been particularly maintained, and they still sell all the old figurines for the most part that I used to have. And there's something very nostalgic about seeing everything exactly as I remember it. And also something a bit weird, like they haven't updated this, like ever. Oh shit, this is a little portcullis or something we've got here. Hello, sir. This works. It's kind of cool. I think they released something to do with the new Netflix Lord of the Rings series. I don't remember what it's called. But it's about, like, the Second Age, isn't it? They made one kit for that, and maybe they made a kit for, like, the Hobbit films, but that's it. And it's weird, because the prices have stayed the same or gone up a bit. And the boxes have all shrunk. So, like, as a kid, I remember getting this big box of, like, Minas Tirith warriors. And, like, it had, like knights on horseback and all sorts, and it was sick. It was this enormous box, like the size of, I don't know, the size of like a Monopoly box stacked on a Monopoly box, if that. I don't know if that's a standard measuring size, but that's what I'll use. And it's funny because I think they still sell the exact same kit, but now it's in more of like a big Super Nintendo, a big like N64 box, if you remember what those look like the cardboard sleeves they'd come in. It's a really specific sizing again, but oh, excuse me, sir, this needs to go up here. It's very important. What was I getting at? Oh, we're continuing with this briefly to bring it back to Minecraft, which I swear we're playing. Let's grab some wood. We needed that. Let's grab some different types of... Am I going to do all this now? I think I might as well, right? Let's grab some different types of wood. Let's deposit some of this cobblestone, but take out some of this other stuff. We don't need so much cobble, I think. Metal and redstone, natural. Let's grab some other saplings, I think. We can deposit all the seeds. My food is okay. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Coal and stuff, tools. We must have some like weird tools we don't need, right? Like, there we go. We don't need shears right now, I think, either. We are about to lose a pickaxe, so we'll take this iron one out for now. I think this diamond axe should last for now. It does like a good few hundred more blocks, I think. Let's grab these pumpkins. And we'll stick with that for now. Let's actually make some torches. I think that's something we have quite literally been lacking. So let's grab on that quickly. Here we go. Lovely. This will do. Let's keep the sticks. All right, cool. Let's get back to what we were doing. Oh yeah, other brief news. Well, it's not really news, but just like a reminder that I have a Discord server. And it would be nice if you could all join it. That's all that, really. I've been like recently thinking about doing more work in terms of like maintaining it. Much to the chagrin of the regulars, they're like, "Oh God, you've renamed MasterChef RP to food," and then I had to name it back because I'm a stickler for the public opinion. So if you wonder what MasterChef role playing is, it's where you post pictures of food. But yeah, I'm like constantly in this mood of trying to develop it into like something, because I've had this Discord server basically since like public release. I think Tomu said Discord might have originally been made for like MMO players, so I think he got it earlier than me because they gave it out to Final Fantasy people. But I mean, this server's been there since, you know, first year of release, if not a bit earlier than that. So there's been development constantly, and I just know I'm always trying to think of like, is there something like fun I can do with it? You know, we've built something and I want to work with it. I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun to bring out because occasionally, not even occasionally, but half the comments on these are about you lot and how you're currently playing Minecraft or you're thinking about it. And they'll be sick if, you know, it'd be nice at least, I think, maybe. If you could post what you've got there on the Discord server, and then I can have a look at it, and we can all look at each other's, you know? You can be like, oh, you know, John Arbuckle 42, your Minecraft beta world is extremely exciting. What am I doing? Fucking hell, I can't do two things at once. Oh, that's my favourite lasagna post you've just done there, or whatever. I mean, I don't know what you lot do, but I think it's fun to share, and it's cute. And I was trying to think about something lately, and not even lately, it's an idea I've had for a while, for like a looking for players channel, which I've currently got in beta. And by beta, I mean, I don't really know exactly how to progress it. But the idea would be like, if you're, you know, playing TF2 one evening, or you're really in the mood, you can go to one of the channels and you can react to a bot, and you can say like, I'm ready to play TF2. And then everyone in a different channel, you can at that role. So you can be like, at TF2 players, anyone up for some pubbing right now? And then, you know, you all get atted with each other, but it's a role that you can, you know, give and, you know, take away from yourself at whim. I don't know, I thought it was like a cute way to maybe get like friends to play games together, or like if you want to play Minecraft, there's a Minecraft role as well. And you can sit and at each other and look for a gamer. And I promise, I haven't just made this, because whenever we play something like Vermintide or Risk of Rain, or lovely games, you know, often we need, or Deep Rock. Deep Rock's a good one. We often need like an extra player, like a fifth or a sixth. So this channel would sort of solve that issue, because if you are the sort of player who plays, you know, Deep Rock or Risk of Rain or whatever, and you're always up for a game, give yourself that role, and I can at you, and we can be like, oh, let's hang out, let's play this. Creeper, if you do want to explode, could you do it right here, please? Thank you. Brilliant. The easiest way to explode a small section for farming, just like that. Get a creeper to do it for you. Is there another one? Now, it sounds like a sheep's footsteps. I can hear because they're slightly woolly and fluffy. Like me. But yeah, that's that on the Discord conversation. I just thought I'd let you know that the server's there, and it would be nice if you lot could pop in and say hello at some point. There's a link below. But that's all. I think it would be nice to share each other's creations. That's where I'm getting with that. Wow. I can like take a minute to relax now. I've successfully managed to actually... Oh, hello, sir. How about right here? Please? Oh, he did it in water, so it didn't actually break anything. Well, whatever. The thought was there. Let's get on with this, like, top-down excavation thing I was suggesting, where, like, down there, I think. So let's go plonk some water up there and see how we're feeling. See how we're feeling in terms of the river flow, if there's much development we might need to do with it. For now, let's make, like, a little dirt bridge up, because then I'll easily remember to delete it later, I'm sure, right? This isn't going to become Micro Dong Mountain. The needles. Any of you remember English geography? Any of you lot do that? This is such a Minecrafty little thing here. They always have little rivers in these places. So let's just, let's like embed it in the wall a little bit, I think. We can like pretend, oh, goodbye pickaxe. We can pretend it's coming from in here or something. Just around the corner. That looks good, doesn't it? Just don't think about the geography of it. Or how there's like source blocks under here as well, or in this little room. It's fine. It makes sense to me. I think this is kind of cute. So we have it coming down here. I kind of want it to go spread even further. There we go. Just make sure as many of these are source blocks as possible so it doesn't look too weird. Maybe even plop a source block on there. We're not going to look up here too often, but it might make the flow off the edge feel a bit more realistic. Alright, I should have gotten another shovel. That's something I should have gotten, actually. Oh, look, it's already sort of flowing over there. I don't have a spare shovel, but I could make one quickly. This is that sort of game, after all. There we go. Speaking of that sort of game, actually, we did another fine WoHo stream the other day, the game I was developing. I don't remember quite where the conversation got to last time I mentioned it, other than that I had continued with it. Oh, here we go, look, it's all flowing in here. So if we were to go back up there again, we should be able to redirect this flow as desired. This tree's probably not going to live here. That is an angry cow, dude. Oh, hello. No, he's a happy cow, a washed, clean cow. He's mooing because of the relaxing sensation of being in a big warm bath. Isn't that true? He's loving it. I wish I had a bath like this. Bloody hell. Must be nice. Anywho. I forgot what I was talking about because I was thinking about cute cows taking baths. They must, like, love it, right? Have you seen, like, big creatures being bathed? Bit of a weird thing to say, but some of you must have a dad or a mum, right? I'm kidding, partly. I'm sure your parents are lovely. Or not. They might be horrible. That's okay. You can be parasocial friends with your favourite internet streamer, a Woolen Sleevelet, instead. That's healthy, I think. Here we go. Speaking of healthy, I want a big bath like that cow. And my point was mostly just, have you ever seen like a horse go into a river after it's like exhausted, or a dog? Dogs are extremely cute. When you have like a big fluffy woofer or boofer or whatever type of pupper you may or may not like. And they jump into a little water like this, and they come out and they're all skinny and they shake and they're like, oh, they look so happy though. They love a swim or they hate a swim. It really depends on the hound, I suppose. There we go, look. Little cute river thing. Let's build up the ground a little bit. Kinda. Oh, actually, no, wait. Now this is flooding correctly. I'm trying to remember my geography, because I was going to talk about the Needles earlier. It's a place in the south of the UK. I don't remember if it's Cornwall or what. But essentially, there's just like these random like rocks sticking out of the sea like this. There's like a father and child needle. I don't remember what they're called. They might be mother-daughter. Doesn't matter. But I just thought that was a cool piece of erosion. And I kind of want to mimic some erosion here. Like this great, vast waterfall falling down here. It would be cascading in here. It would be tearing up bubbles. And it would gouge out a bit of the ground and probably start to go into like a little cave underneath. Which it does. See? We can actually dig out a bit more of the floor. This does happen, I think. At the base of waterfalls, there's a name for it, like a special little dugout. But where it erodes so much, it like breaks in and makes a little cave below. But we're going to say the flow from this water is just so vast that it also... I mean, this sort of breaks gravity a bit, so you have to pretend this probably has a little dip in it. But it also goes through here, and it's built, it's starting to dig out a little lake here as well. It's cute. I like geography. As you can tell, I mean, I was more of a geography kid at school than history. I don't know what you lot did in your education. But in the UK, at least, you usually chose between geography and history, confusingly enough, even though they're both really important subjects. You choose between one or the other, which, again, I just think is weird. But all my sisters above me all did history. And at school, I just didn't find it very interesting, which I think is such a shame. Because as I've gotten older, I've started to like love and respect history. I think it's a shame I didn't find it more interesting in school. And I don't just want to blame the teachers, but like, I don't know, maybe they could have somehow made it more engaging. I think it's tough being a primary school teacher though, right? Like kids just want to go home and play on their Nintendo GameCube, They don't want to sit there and listen about how the ancient Romans actually had underfloor heating. Like, isn't that insane? You ever think about that? I don't have underfloor heating, but like Romans did. They had like essentially like pipes sort of under their house, right? Or like little, I don't know if it was made out of ceramic or what, but they literally had like underfloor heating, and that's like insane. Like, what the heck, ancient Rome? What are you playing at? Be honest with me. Look, some of these trees are already growing. Anyway, I find that sort of stuff really cool now, and like just lore, like the lore about the real world that we actually live in, and not just video game lore. I find it really fascinating to see like how we've gotten to where we are today. Whereas I guess I just didn't really get that as a kid. I don't know. Maybe I would have found it more interesting if we'd covered like more variety, but I don't know. Geography I liked because I liked colouring in. That's the joke, right? Like if you do geography, you basically just you paint like a stream or like an oxbow lake, right? You make a bloody oxbow lake, and that's it. And you explain, yes, you see, this river went like this, but then it, it had to go around a thing, and then like this, and then eventually it's a separate little lake, and all that buggery. Here we go. It's good as well. You can swear on YouTube if you speak British, because the algorithm doesn't understand what half of our swear words are. Unless you're using the big dreaded F word, of course. Fart. That's right. It's a Minecraft series, right? That's what that's all about. You have to use really polite swear words like fart and twat, twazzock, bollocks, bugger, all these lovely words. Don't use them enough. Can you not explain yourselves, please? Like, especially people who aren't British, right? Do you think it's like endearing when I say things like bollocks and fart? Or are you like, oh, this is bloody Brit again? Will he never shut up? I just want to see this intense Minecraft gameplay. Look at this beautiful little... Hang on, why aren't there leaves here? Look at this beautiful little waterfall house he's made. What a creature he is, but bloody hell if he just doesn't shut up. I don't know. Let's go to sleep. I need to make some bread or something tomorrow. We should check out the farm. Hey, look, for the first time in ever, we're not about to be blown up, right? Look, I can actually make the basin I kept talking about. So now, if this is off, excuse me, sir. If this is off, give it just a second. I promise it works. I may have broken something. Well, I'll fix that some other time. I probably dislodged a torch when I was making those the tunnel, right? I'll fix that some other time. Don't worry about it. I was going to say now you can just jump in this pool when the river's down, but whatever, I suppose. Come on. Here we go. We just have to find that perfect spot. I'm kind of sad that they removed this in modern Minecraft. Like, they're trying to, like, find the right spot in the water to go up. I always found it, like, a weird, fun mini-game, even though it's kind of stupid. It's one of those, like, I don't know what the word is. It's one of those weird gameplay elements that just comes out of nowhere. And, you know, it wasn't necessarily designed, but it ended up being fun anyway. The word I'm thinking of is something else. That's really, what a pointless bloody thing to say, good lord. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. We made a little minecart system, didn't we? Like, that's what it said, isn't it? We don't really have any space, but oh, fuck, we haven't seen Tim today. Are you alright, Mr. Tim? I'm sorry I haven't said hi today. Look, here's your bone for today. It's 3 seeds. You need more fiber in your diet. You're gonna have terrible poos, my son. Yeah, that's right. Alright, well, anyway, let's go check out the old farm. I'm looking for some bread. Speaking of bread, actually, I made some lovely... Oh, bloody hell, he nearly died. Oh, he did die. I made some lovely sourdough pizza the other day. Haven't made any pizza in a while. Don't you get away from here, you cunt. Oh, you can't say cunt on YouTube, can you? Oh, you can. It's more than 30 seconds into the video. Whoa, let's go. I think that's how it works on YouTube, right? Like, you can't swear in the first minute, but if you swear after that, you know, I mean, kids don't have an attention span of more than 30 seconds, according to the YouTube gods and creators, so I think it's fine, right? Children shouldn't hear swearing. It's very naughty. Bad swearing. Naughty words. Like fart. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Minecraft, am I right? Gaming, yes. Bread, delicious. Oh, I was talking about bloody pizza, wasn't I? Sourdough pizza. What are you doing? No. He's a cheeky little sod there, isn't he? I don't like him. Don't trust him. He's got a strange look in his eyes. So you've got a very nice everything you've got there. Pizza, sourdough pizza. I was talking about pizza, all right? Pizza. I made sourdough pizza. It was delicious. I haven't made pizza in a while. I used to make it somewhat frequently. Do I not have any more? Oh, I've actually got some bread here. Hang on. I thought I had more seeds than that. Maybe not. Maybe that's the perpetual issue with this series, is I never have enough seeds. Even though I have multiple ways to get it. Pizza, I made sourdough pizza, right? I used the American flour manufacturer King Arthur Flours recipe, sort of. I modified it a bit. But it was something like, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna just trample on my crops. It's like a bunch of sourdough starter, water, flour, salt, the usual sort of stuff. But they ended up turning out really well. I put a link on Twitter, or a picture. I guess I put that in the description as well if you want to see. Woolen's Pizza. I promise I'll remember to put it in the description. Get out of here. You aren't paying your taxes, are you, Mr. Creeper? Look at him. Tax evasion. Don't even think about it. It was good. Good sourdough pizza. I preheated the oven for like a bloody hour at the highest temperature it could possibly go. So those things were coming out great. As like an experiment, I tried making my pizzas small and just doing them one at a time. Instead of doing 2 big pizzas, I did 4 small ones. And I think it worked out quite well. They had like all the heat just to themselves, so they really crisped up good. In the past, I've done a sort of recipe where I fry the pizza in a pan before putting it into the oven to bake, because by frying it in a pan, you ensure you get a nice crispy, well-based bottom, which is what we all like, a nice crispy, well-based bottom, am I right? And, you know, you can load it with olive oil and all sorts of good stuff and ensure that it's properly cooked. And then when you chuck it in the oven, you're basically just burning the top as well as you can. Because, I don't know, I think one of the main issues with oven pizzas is just that you get a soggy bottom. And no one likes a soggy bottom. That's right, Mr. Sheep. Don't show me your soggy bottom. Keep that to yourself. So yeah, I found that frying it in a pan often worked. But this time I was just being crazy. I just flipped a bloody tray upside down and baked that for a while, and then zimzalabim, delicious pizza came out the other side. I even really went hard on it. I got the posh San Marzano tomatoes, that's right. Those are the ones that Binging with Babish always says to use, even though they're really expensive. It's like €2.50 for a tin of tomatoes. It's insane. But bloody hell are they good. Like, they are some superb tomatoes. Really nice, delicious, lovely tomatoes. For the sauce, by the way, if you're wondering, if you're following this pizza recipe at home, I fried an onion for a little while until lovely and see-through and aromatic. I added some chopped garlic. I added some chili flakes. I think I might... No, I don't think I did today, but I would usually add some tomato puree there. It's the concentrated stuff. That's the good stuff right there. Right there. Like the emoji. The fingers pointing emoji. I don't think we had any, but I'd normally do that. You fried that, some chili flakes, delicious stuff. I added the tin of San Marzanos. There might have been something else there that I'm forgetting. I don't quite remember. I think I mentioned it in the Twitter thing, so you can have a look if you want the detailed recipe. But yeah, anyway, I added the tin of whole tomatoes to this mixture once it had fully fried. And instead of like blending up the tomatoes to a puree or whatever, I smashed them up with a wooden spoon kind of roughly. So we had like nice big chunks of tomato and little chunks of tomato and juice and all sorts of goodness, and it was wonderful. And what's the word? What's the word I'm thinking of? Heterogeneous, whatever. Very heterogeneous we are today. No, it was lovely. And then I added that on the pizza. So it was a little bit of spice and a little bit of tomatoey goodness. And then for the cheese, I just tore up a nice mozzarella. The good stuff. The stuff made from cow. Funny little creatures, those cows. When will they ever stop swimming in my water? I don't know. Today, apparently not. Here we go. All right, things are starting to slowly take shape. I kind of want to think we should start planting some other trees here, although these alpine ones don't really fit. We could certainly get some of these birch boys out here. Any birch boys in chat? Please post a birch tree. Here we go. This is looking a little more fishing holey, isn't it? I mentioned maybe I'd have like the... Oh, bloody hell. The Lake Hylia... Oh, there we go. Theme playing when we're here. So... For now, until I make that mod myself, because that's probably what's going to happen. Well, that's pretty. I love this, by the way. I love doing this. Cover the whole thing. Until then, you just have to play it in your head. If you remember the clip from last time, just play that over and over. This is looking nice, though. I wouldn't mind having a kind of roof over it. I don't know how I'd do that, though. Like, with it looking natural. I guess I'd need, like, a natural overhang in the environment, right? And I can't really do that. I could make a giant leafy top, but the leaves will all decrease, and there's no super giant trees in this version, so I'm a bit of a loss for that. One thing I used to do to make roofs in beta was to plant saplings and then destroy most of the logs, but leaving the top ones. So then you'd basically just have a bunch of treetops everywhere, and that would sort of function because the leaves would never decay. It worked really well pre-saplings as well as a way to get leaves down. But I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't do that. That tree's having a little trouble. Little Zed fighting. When will the Zeds stop? I don't know. Oh, hang on. Actually, I started talking about WoHo earlier, but then I completely left it. Look, I'll continue the topic. All right. On that, once I've decided what I'm going to do with this lake here, I wanted a little place to fish. So naturally, we need some kind of fishing platform, right? Probably we should also have some mossy cobblestone in the floor, right? Because this is the good stuff, right? This is where the water's going in. It's making everything a little mossy and lovely. In the wall as well. We need to have a little fishing platform, I think. Here we go, little variety. Oh! Oh wait, hang on, is this the hole I made? Is that where the skeleton is? Oh shit. Is he must be in there, right? It's because I didn't light it up. That's alright, it's a little exciting. Oh shit, maybe not. Where is he? Is he in the cave underneath? Oh, that's a little scary. I can't see. I'm going to assume he's trying to murder me from below. My brain's getting a little fried. Hang on, there's only so many things I can pass at once. Like a single-threaded JSON parser. Oh, he's down there. You're a little JSON parser today, aren't you? Or you're a YAML. Yanny. There we go. Alright. Bridge. We want a little house, and then I can talk about Woho, alright? I just need to have a lovely little place to rest my toes. And more cobble everywhere, I think. Cobble as a decorative block is kind of fun, right? Kind of exciting. Real docky, wacko hours. Here we go. Alright, lovely. I'll leave it there for now, otherwise I'll be sitting here cobbling it up all day, and you can't cobble all day, right? You get exhausted. Let's think about the house, alright? Stop getting distracted, me. Stop it, alright? That's me slapping myself on the face. Oh no, I'm awake now. The last 25 years have been a lie. Just kidding. I think. I hope. Bloody hell, I wouldn't want to do that again. How do I want to do this? I need a little cabin. I'm kind of thinking of taking some inspiration from what Glyra did in the server. Oh, hello, sir. Where he had like a little bit poking out into the water to fish from. I kind of like that. Maybe this section's looking rather underutilized. Maybe not. How about this? Let's just get started on something. I'm going to make a little post sticking out of the ground, just like this. This should give me enough space to try and do something. And I'm going to have it like extend above the ground just a little bit, because I kind of like that aesthetic. Just something like that. Plonk. Lovely. Let's also get some torches up. Cozy little torches on the sides of things. This is really, now this is that beta mood right there. Normally a beta mood would be a bad thing, but in this context it's a very good thing. When people laugh at you and say, what a beta, you should turn around and say, well yes, but I was born in the year 2017. I think that's right? Like the next generation just coming up are going to be called the beta generation, and you're all going to have to get the jokes ready, alright? The current like super zoomers are called the alpha generation. What's up with that? Why do they get to be the alpha generation? Why can't I be the alpha gen? I don't understand. They get to live with like AI machine learning Google Maps in their pocket from like the birth, and what we got fucking Game Boys. Like what's up with that? Silly alpha generation. Get ready to make fun of the betas though, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, if I want to extend this above the ground, I could do it like this. Little slabs poking up. Kind of cute, kind of like that vibe. Have some little stairs leading up to it. I like this little pond the most, actually, so I don't want to obstruct it too much. In fact, maybe I'll even move things up just a little bit, because I think it's such a cute little area. Let's just shove everything up a little bit. Something like here. Here we go. Down there. Lovely. Let's make some more slabs as well. Something like this. Very good. Someone's farming, and it's not me. Who is it? It's a skeleton somewhere. Stop, alright? I'm trying to build a lovely little house, okay? Look. We'll have him here. It's always a little awkward having the half slabs, and I don't think I have a mod installed that lets me place it on the top side of blocks. That's a shame. That's a thing I do like in modern, that you can do that, but whatever. We'll live with ourselves. Half the fun is working with restrictions, which is how I'm actually managing to segue back to Woho, the game I was developing. So I had a really, really lovely stream the other day where we were talking about game design. Because one of the main issues I think I found with my previous project, just regular Woho, was that I didn't really have an end goal clearly defined. I was just sort of making a bullet hell. Also, this is convenient. Look, I made the exact number of things. I was just making a bullet hell of some kind without any particular plans beyond that. So what we did, right, we sat down, I opened up Aspirate, which is the artwork program I use. It's I think it's made in GameMaker. possibly. I opened that up and we sat for a little while and we just chatted about everything I could remember from the previous project, which, had been a few years, so I was quite happy with what I could remember. Just chatted about everything I could remember. And through writing everything up, I noticed some clear flaws. And then once I'd finished writing up the outline of the previous game, I started going through and thinking, okay, how could I improve that? How could we go through that? And over the course of maybe, I don't know, two hours or so, I think we really came up with some incredible improvements. So I started drawing up the design for the new WoHo, which it's still just going to be called WoHo. I'm not calling it 2.0 or anything, but the remake essentially. Using that as a base point, and it was really satisfying. I came up with so many really good ideas, I think, for gameplay. And I don't know, I felt it really, really, really satisfying. And it ended up being a much more interesting stream than I'd really planned on it being. I kind of thought it was just going to be a sort of utilitarian, get things done sort of stream. But it ended up being a fantastic little creative outlet. And it made me feel good about myself. I was like, I'm a lot more creative than I give myself credit for, I think. I often think that I have the mental capacity of a goose that's been ran over by a tractor. But, maybe today I'm a goose that's been ran over by a tractor, but someone's gone on it on the beak and blown it up like a kitchen glove. That's me. Goose kitchen glove. Sleevelet. Full name. What a weird tangent. Anyway, it was really satisfying, and I had some great ideas, and I'm really excited to continue development now. I've got a goal, a hard thing written down in steel, engraved in stone, doodled in an MS Paint-like program. It gets less exciting the more I mention it, but it's lovely, and I'm really happy with myself, and I've scoped it out, so it shouldn't be too weird. The hardest part about game development, honestly, is knowing when to stop, right? Otherwise you end up with a bloody dwarf fortress 25 years on or whatever, and you're still working with your brother on this game that 50 people play, but 100,000 people pay for you to make. Weird, right? You gotta stop somewhere, and you have to scope yourself, otherwise the game will never actually do anything particularly well. You're only human, and there's only so much one human can do. And I think you just got to understand where your limits are. And with game development, you really got to say, right, this is a little arbitrary, but I'm going to say that we have this set palette of 20 colors. No more, no less. Or we're going to limit the screen to a small size. Okay, fine. We're going to limit ourselves to, I don't remember what I said, 5 or 6 stages with a boss and a mini-boss in each. Fine. That's doable. And you just sit there, and you can sit back and post a little idea and think oh yes, it would be nice if we had online co-op or whatever. Well, I think I see a Chris in the distance. Hello, Chris. Chris is back home. Chris says hello to you, viewers. She says she hates you, viewers. What was I talking about? Oh, bloody WoHo. It was cool. But you can think, oh yes, it would be nice to have online bloody versus mode or something. But you have to really think that's an insane amount of work. That's years of development for just a quick little idea. So maybe it's nice to write it down and then forget about it. And it was satisfying just to go through all these ideas, and some of which seemed like they'd make the game extremely fun. So one of which would be that I would make an actual level editor and character creator. But I could release that as a thing that people could just use to essentially mod the game easily. Because I don't know how many of you watched the original WoHo thing, but I was doing everything manually by hand. Every level I was writing in a text file, coordinates on a screen, line by line, and for every bullet pattern that an enemy would use. Oh, this is lovely. I would write it in Scratch, by hand, whatever. Oh, bloody hell, that took so long. So I think I'll make a proper little separate program where you can design a level a bit I don't know how many of you have made OSU maps. Probably 0, maybe 1 or 2. But a bit like OSU, which is a rhythm game. You have a timeline at the top, and you can place objects in the timeline. And at the end, when you hit save, it'll print out a huge text file that the game can read out. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Could you blow up in this pool, please, so you don't actually blow anything up if you do decide to? Or you don't have to, that's fine. Don't do it if you don't like to. But yeah, thinking of creative tools that could help me develop the game quickly and then releasing it to the public is a lovely... It seems like it would be such a huge thing to create. But if you're making that tool as part of the game development process, you're making free content for yourself right there. And then if others want to make cool levels as well, that's pretty sick. It makes the game last a little longer as well. And it would make my life a lot easier as well. Oh, the music's kicking in. I can't concentrate. I want to put this sign down on the other side. Here we go. I was making a little bench. How do you feel about this cute little area so far? I love this like classic Minecraft bench like this. Just as the music's playing as well. It's lovely. I like it's daytime. Completely random. I think in newer versions of the game they tie the music to the day-night cycle, whereas in this one it just plays at random, I think. So that's something beautiful right there, isn't it? Look at that. What's he up to? Oh, I nearly thought of the word I was thinking about earlier, like immersive gameplay or emissive. I was thinking of the word where, like, you know how in certain games like Monster Hunter, they'll just start fighting each other, and it's not like a pre-programmed event that happens, but just because the monsters have like an attack as part of their cycle, they can attack other creatures, and you just get these sort of random events that happen completely naturally. Hey, sir. And it's a lovely thing about games. I don't know. I forget what the context was for that. Sir, please don't. Look, come over here. If you're going to blow up, do it in the water at least, you know. Safety first and all that. Come on. Silly creature. But yeah, that was cool. And I think one of the ideas I was thinking about in regards to that was... I've bloody forgotten now. I don't know. I like the idea that the game could be moddable and everyone could play it and enjoy it in their own way. And we can have like a little scoreboard so you can see yourself getting better, because for me the fun part about games is improvement, right? You look at like your first Minecraft day, right, and you made a dirt shack, and then you come back a decade later and you can make a bench out of 2 chairs and a sign, and you're like, yeah, I've made progress. That's satisfying. Is it? I think it's satisfying. Maybe not the bench thing. I imagine some of you might have made quite a bit more progress in your 500 years of playing this game, but forgive me. I am but one man. Now that looks cute. Right there. Imagine putting your torch at that level there. That would be weird. This is cute. I love this. I don't really know if there's a good way to put a light there, but I love these trees. Let's add more of them, actually. Before I forget what I'm doing. Will you grow there? He might at some point. Right now, apparently, he's not feeling it. And that's okay, too. Excuse me, sir. Thank you. I don't know, I love these birch trees. They've really grown on me. People always think the wood looks a bit ugly, but I think it stands out. If you don't overuse it and you just have like a couple of them, I think it's cute. Anyway, what could I have here? I think we need to have somewhere to fish. We kind of need some tools and supplies. So I could make like a little... Either I could put a chest here for fishing supplies, which could work. Because I have like 2 options now, right? I could fish over here. We could have a boat sitting in there as well if I want to fish out in the ocean. And we could fish here, which is a little silly, but I don't know. This here, I want to like draw this. If I had like any artistic talent, this is in my brain. Like this is where I would build my Minecraft house. I love this. I need like a little place to put my stuff. Maybe here. This could do. Once my wall of trees is complete, this will look even better. But look. Let's grab some dark wood. This can stick out a little bit, maybe. Let's experiment. We'll have a little shed like this. I don't know, something like this, maybe. It doesn't have to be particularly big, but it also doesn't have to be particularly small. We're going to have it like that. We're going to have a back wall made out of... Do I have gravel on me? I don't think I do. We'll make it out of bricks, I think. Oh, look at that lovely brick texture. Beautiful block. All right, we've got some little bricks there. We can have like a little top to it. Excuse me, sir. Oh, it's a torch there, of course. Here we go. Hello, Chris. She's stealing my chocolate. What the heck? I'm leaving this in the video, by the way, Chris. I will not edit any of this out. This is during important building-related... She's dancing with my chocolate chat. And by chat, I mean viewers, I guess. I got, work gave me some, like a little parcel for Christmas, which was quite cute. And it contained a little bag of Tony's Chocolonely chocolate, which is everywhere in the Netherlands. But if you go to like the UK, it's like a rare specialty. Imagine that, like, slavery-free chocolate, a rare specialty. Hilarious, am I right? Quite sad, I think. I agree. You're completely right. Also, by the way, apparently they're not even like a manufacturer of chocolate. They're just like a redistributor. But you can, like, they're not lying. When Tony's Chocolate Only, this brand, says that it's all, like, traceable, slavery-free, it is. But they don't actually make it. They're just redistributing other people's chocolate, which is fine. I mean, that's just how the industry works, but I just thought that's a fun little fact to make your day slightly different. Not make it better or worse, just slightly different. What do I want to make the roof out of here? How about a little cobbly roof? How do you feel about that? Me? Excuse me. A little cobbly roof. Looks a little silly, doesn't it? It does. It looks a little half-assed. I mean, it's got something to it, hasn't it? I think this log here needs to be raised properly. It's been raised in squalor, and that's not okay. I'm going to try my best and improve its life a little bit. Much like the people who make chocolate for Tony's Chocolate Only Incorporated. Bloody hell. Chocolate, am I right? It's good stuff. She stole it. That's all I was getting at. That was the story. She's stolen my chocolate. And work gave me this chocolate for working, I presume. Probably not because it's Christmas or a special occasion or anything, but probably just as like a thanks for doing your job that we hired you for sort of thing. I think this place needs a little bit of steppage. Is it time to finally break out the mod that lets you add stairs? Check it out. Log stair. I mean, I guess it's just generic log stair in this, huh? What a massive waste of wood, am I right? Whatever. We have 3 ticks left on a diamond axe. We'll be fine. Alright, let's check and see what that looks like. Look at this. I'm not using vanilla items. Are you excited, everyone? Watch out. Watch out. Woof. There we go. That's when, like, oh shit, it's coloured. I wasn't expecting that. I thought it was just going to be the oh, that looks lovely. I thought it was going to be the same colour as the default wood because that's what the icon is, but I guess not. What the fuck? Wait, is it just random? Or is it busted? What the fuck? What? Hang on. Okay, it must be based on what leaf you place it on. Or I don't know why it did that. That was odd. I'm not going to experiment either because it seems to destroy the leaf every time you do it. You, my sir, are going to be something else. You can be like a slab of... can I make like a cobble slab? How does that look? Make like 9, that's fine. Like, make 9, that's fine. That's my like World War II era, like you need to do more home growing. You know, remember those? Any of you around in the World War II? Someone, surely. They used to really encourage people to grow their own crops and stuff at home because, you know, there wasn't enough rationing and all that. So there were all these, oh, this looks cool, dude. There were all these, you know, sort of like do-it-yourself things going around that the government was supporting and etc, etc. I'm not that old, I promise you. I'm really not. Seriously, don't listen to what everyone else says. I'm a young, sprightly young man. I think, probably. I mean, I'm losing... I mean, every hour, right, I get an hour older. I mean, that's just how life is, isn't it? Anyway, before I get too sad, let's make a double chest and start storing some of this bloody stuff. Alright? This looks cute. Bonk. Just like that. Lovely. And now I can actually work on this without having to constantly drop my stuff on the floor like some kind of ultimate Iron Man. Here we go. Whew, I don't know why. I'm getting snoozy and sleepy, but I'm trying to think. How would I like to wall this off? I can either leave it open, I could replace this with fences, which might leave it a little open, which could be cute. Or I could just let it be like an overhang. I mean, that's kind of fun as well, like an overhang. The underneath looks a little weird, I think. The overhang strat, I'm not 100% sold on. This as well, I think, should be... If I can make log slabs, that would be sick. Is that possible? It's not. Life's pain. Here we go. Let's try just regular wooden slabs, that's fine. How about this? Does that look any better? A little, maybe. It's hard to say. Let's try putting some fences down and see. Maybe that looks a little nicer. So, plonk, plonk, plonk. plonk, plonk, plonk. How about that? Kind of cute. Kind of does the job, really, doesn't it? Maybe we need a nicer floor, like a little stone basin, perhaps, for the floor. Or brick. No, that's quite expensive. Let's just use stone. I think stone would work here. And look at that, because we're using full blocks, I'm going to be a bit cheeky and not actually fill in under those with stone, because I'm just a bit crazy like that. A hollow shell. There we go. Representative of all of us, probably, at the end of the day, right? No, not all of us. Some of you are very, very colourful creatures, I think. Probably. Maybe not. Maybe we're all hollow shells. In which case, how's it going, fellow shell people? How's it looking today? Is that enough log stairs? Alright, I'm never going to find out why it did that weird birch thing before, but that looks kind of cool. And I now want to make more slabs just to fill in the top. What was I using? Cobble, right? I think. Let's try that. Give this a go. Excuse me. Up we go. Alright. Plonk, plonk, plonk. I only needed 3. Fantastic. Lovely. I think this looks a little nicer, right? Just a little shape. It gives a little shape to the world. Makes things a little bit more exciting. You, I think, need to be dirt, though, because then it makes this stick out even more. As, like, clearly a platform that's been built out of concrete or something. Sort of, right? And then maybe, I don't know if this needs to have something around it, or if it's okay just being raised. I guess I didn't really think about it. Really, this should sort of be in the floor, so I mean, I guess I could also try that. But now, I'm not sure. Sometimes you've just got to try something and then live with it for a while and then see how you're feeling, I think. So I think if we have this for a while, maybe it'll grow on me. I don't know. These steps are looking kind of weird there. How about that? A little strange. I mean, that's okay. Well, aren't we all? Here we go. Hashtag relatable, am I right? Hashtags? Can we still hashtag, or do we all use Mastodon now? What do they use on there? Probably like bloody ampersands, right? Asterisks? I don't know. Every social media platform needs its own like special calling sign, I swear. Alright. Well, I think this looks pretty good. We need to make a fishing line. Do I have string? I don't. Bloody hell, do I have to go all the way home to make some string? I might. I think that's okay. This gravel looks a little ugly, but I don't know if I want to remove it, because it's part of the natural level. Like, this river is now looking kind of cute. We've got this little bench over here. We've got this little work table with our tools. We've got a little relaxing bench. Is there a mod that lets me sit in chairs? Because I'd love those. Those are such cool mods. Sit here and relax and look at the spooky Christmas face. Hello, sir. Ah, pumpkin's so good, dude. Anyway, I think I'm starting to lose my train of thought a little bit, and my throat, and myself. So I think I'm going to probably adios it for now. Did you enjoy the video today? I hope so. I hope you all have a good winter, regardless of what country you may or may not be from, because you know, not everyone has Christmas. But if you have Christmas, have a nice one. And if you have Hanukkah and all the other holidays that they don't teach us about in school because Britain's a terrible society, then I apologise. But have a good one of those as well. And I will see you all next time. Make sure to pop into the Discord server and say hi. And stream and all that good stuff. But for now, I'm going to head off. I've made my cozy stuff. And it's time for me to sit and make Chris dinner, I think. Have a nice one. Goodbye.